Right, tes, 1, 2, 3, halo. Hello everyone, back with Akira again. How's-nya bagi sama Akira? Welcome. Good afternoon everyone. Well, almost evening, but yeah. Welcome to our scheduled Katawa Shoujo live stream. Hi Fura, welcome. Aki. So, as usual, we'll continue with our Ibarazaki route. So far, we are on, I think, Act 3 or Act 4. I don't think we have completed Act 3 yet because we still only have 2 pictures of Emi here. Or was Act 1 like the prologue? I forgot. But yeah, whatever the case, we're going to continue the story now. Which one is the one? This one, right? Yes, August 30, 2109. So, is the screen size correctly? Yes, probably. I mean, this should be fine. I gotta prep up my throat first. I mean, it's always tiring doing the ME route. Yes, Kira, you can do it. Channel your inner femboy energy. Very kawaii. No, it's not girly. It's called flexible. Yes. Akira is very flexible. Like, it's weird how easily Emi and I can keep from seeing one another after class now. Actually, I'd venture to say that it's vaguely disturbing. As easily as we'd come together, we seem to have split apart without much trouble. Well, I guess that's not exactly true. We've both been pretty bummed after the last night together. And we get to see each other every morning for our runs. And just our runs, I'm again. Lunch too, I especially enjoy lunchtime with her. We have plenty of time to talk about everything outside of school, whereas the morning runs have become increasingly businesslike. I think it's because Emi wants to make up for our foolery in the storage shed. But no matter how much we joke at lunch, I can't help feeling a little worried about her. She seems distracted more often, and I've caught her fidgeting around nervously more than once. yeah, bless you. Shush. No more words about it. Never figured her to be someone who cared that deeply about exams, but they certainly seem to be taking their toll, even though they haven't even started. This is just the run-up, the deep breath before the plunge. Tomorrow, the real trials begin. Or the real exams, anyway. As for me, I actually don't feel that worried about exams at all. I'm not sure why. I mean, they're pretty important. My scores here will determine my odds of getting into a good university. Hell, if I'm too cavalier now, it could spell doom for my academic career. But going into them, I feel confident that I'll come out on the other side okay. Muto thinks I've got the science examination locked up at any rate. Or as he says, the last thing that should give you trouble is my exam, Hisao. It's way beneath your talents. Then again, it is Muto who's telling me this. His praise of me carries the veiled implication that anything less than perfect from me would be a disappointment, which has actually caused me to fret more than I should about the exam. It's for that reason that I find myself in the library after class, poring over the textbook. Pretty simple things to look over, some formulas of velocity, a few bits about friction, a walk in the park compared to my dreaded English exam. Never was good with languages. As I flip through my notes one more time, my mind begins to wander. After these exams are over, things should get easier. Soon we'll be graduated. Then off to college, hopefully. I remember my abortive attempt to find out what Emi plans to do after high school. She avoided the subject pretty deftly, as I recall. Heck, it seems that just about every time I push too hard, she dances around the subject. Or distracts me through other means. Like a few days ago at lunch, when Rin wasn't around. Oh my. That's a naughty boy. Okay, what is your cosplay again? I think normal page, but like, gimana ya? No, normal page. I've done it. Not like that. I don't know what her voice sounds like. I always forget like the voice of the characters. I started from my reverie by Yuko's triumphant shout. Gah! Yuko seems mortified at my sudden starting. Oh my god! I'm so sorry, I just got... and I really wasn't... it's just that... As she stutters, I move to quickly calm her down before she gets too agitated. Whoa, hey! My word seems ineffective. Yuko continued to work herself into a complete frenzy. It's a library and I shouldn't be... Easy there, just calm down. And really, I'm setting a bad example, and I'll get fired because I can't do anything. She's doing the crying emoji. Oh no! Walahi, crying emoji. Yuko! Shouting seems to work, though I draw the ire of several other students striding in the library. Oh no. Yuko snaps to attention, like a soldier who's just heard the captain bark an order. Sorry. Calm down, it's okay. You just startled me a little, and that's only because I was daydreaming instead of studying. So really, you got me back on task. This is a complete lie, but it seems to work. Yuko takes a deep breath and seems to calm down a little, though she keeps shifting around with a nervous energy that seems awfully familiar. So, what's got you so excited anyway? The Yamaku cat burglar! To her credit, Yuko managed to convey her intense excitement in a whisper. Oh, that was a whisper, okay. I think I know who it is. I got an anonymous tip as to their identity. So I did some spying, and I think the tipster was right. Oh, really? And what was this, burglar? Who was right? Yuko shuts her mouth, shaking her head decisively. No, I can't tell you that. Why not? It's between me and the burglar. It's between me and the burglar. I can't risk you warning him that I want to escape. He could tip his hand early and blow down. Then I'm left with no perp. When did Yuko start talking like a hard-boiled detective? I wouldn't warn them. Why would I care? If you got to ask that question, then you don't need to know. That doesn't make any sense, but okay. Congratulations, I guess? Thanks. I guess her voice is like whisper voice or something. Okay, I'll try to keep that in mind. What for? The, cat burglar thing? Yuko nods and smiles appreciatively. So, studying for exams? Well, that was the plan. I'm not having much luck though. Really? Is it because you can't find a book? I'm really sorry. I've been meaning to clean the shelves up for weeks now, but I keep getting distracted. I'm so sorry. Oh, wait! It's not that. I've got my books right here. To illustrate the point and hopefully calm Yuko down, I show her the textbooks in front of me. My mind just keeps wandering is all. Is it because of the noise in here? I'm trying to be more strict about the noise levels, but I can't bring myself to yell at people. I mean, aren't they less hard enough without me throwing my authority around? No, it's not the noise level either, I promise. I'm just... I don't know. Worry about Emmy. Worry about us. Worry about what happens after we graduate. Emmy's been kind of weird lately. What do you mean? Well, you know how we're dating now? I just don't know that we're actually, a couple. Or at least, I don't know that we're beyond friends. Though, friends normally don't do the sort of things we do. Basically, we're a couple. Coupling. God dang it! I really should download the patch sooner or later. It's like every time I try to find out more about her or about what she wants to do with her life, she dodged the question. Like the other day, I was talking to her at lunch about some schools I've been looking into. And I asked her, have you looked at any school lately? She shrugs in response, says no, and when I ask why not, she says that she doesn't think that far ahead. I asked why she had that policy, and I suddenly realized that what I'm about to start describing and why she decided to climb up. She what? She changed the subject. Wouldn't talk about it. Maybe it's an uncomfortable subject for her. Or she just doesn't think it needs explaining. Yeah, but it's not just that. Every time I try to find out what's been bothering her, she changed the subject too. It's like she likes being with me, but not getting close to me. Now that I've said it out loud, I fear worse. Yuko digest this bit of information. You know, it seems to me that you're more serious about this than she is. Oh, I can almost feel my stomach twist into a knot. She's right. That's exactly what it seems like. But is that really what's going on? I mean... Sorry, I'm just talking nonsense. You shouldn't take my advice. You barely know me. I'm just a librarian, and I'm single, so you can't imagine I can't know what I'm talking about. No, I think you have a point. As much as it hurts to even consider it, Yuko seems to try desperately to find a way to soften the blow somewhat. Look. I'm probably wrong, but if you want to be sure about how obviously wrong I am, maybe you should just talk to her. Get some time alone and just ask about it. And don't let her change the subject either. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Or maybe I should just enjoy what I have. We have fun hanging out after all. And the runs are nice, and their activities are nice, and talking to her is nice. Do I really need to get closer to her? What I've got right now is pretty good. But that's silly. I want to get closer to her. I want to be able to hear her out, whatever is bothering her. But maybe I should wait until after exams are over. Maybe she'll bring it up once the stress has passed. If she does, then I don't need to worry about it anymore. But if she doesn't, well, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. I thank Yuko for her advice and head back to my room. Maybe I'll be able to concentrate more on my studies in there. I just started already sleepy. Talking too much makes me feel sleepy, usually. I leave the room after finishing my final exam and breathe a sigh of relief. As I'd hoped, the exams aren't so bad. I managed to breeze through just about everything but the English final. And even that was acceptable. I wonder how Amy did. Even more so, how she's doing. She looked terrible at lunch today. I mean, she was pretty happy to be out of her wheelchair, but she was so exhausted. Some things had been wearing her down, and I'm starting to really doubt that it was just the exams. Should I confront her about this though? My music is interrupted by a tap on the shoulder. Hey Hisao, got a minute? Sorry Muto, I have to focus on my girl right now. No, I have other things to worry about. Actually, I've got something I need to do. Yeah? Oh well. I wanted to get some feedback on the science club from you, but we can do that later, I guess. Enjoy your break, you hear? Thanks, I will. I'd really love to chat with Muto, but I've got other things on my mind. Specifically, what to do about Amy. Can I really just confront her? The question keeps spinning in my head even after I made my way back to my room. What if she gets angry about it? Besides, what if it's nothing? The game is a bit loud. Oh, sorry. Let me change the settings a bit then. Text, music, yeah, music volume is too high. There, that should be better. I think, yeah, probably a bit better, eh? If I go in and refuse to leave until she tells me what's wrong or something, won't that come off as clingy? I don't want that to start a fight or anything over something like this. Maybe I should just drop the matter and see how she is tomorrow before I do anything. Would it be so bad to just let it go? It's not like we don't enjoy each other's company. But all this sounds, I really want to help her. I don't even know what with, or if there's anything at all she needs to help for. But I want to. Suddenly a knock at my door rouses me. It's this guy again. I open it to see Kenji. Oh, it's you. It's me. That's it? If you had any idea what I've been through, what I've done, you'd be happy to see me, dude. I mean, that was some epic you may never see me again shit. And here I'm just acting like I went down to the store for some milk. Not Kenji. Thank you, Kenji. You're cold, man, Hisao. I really respect that. Thanks, I guess? It's smart to play it safe, you know? Don't show any emotion. Keep your cards close to your chest. Unless it's time to show your cards, or you have bad cards. Then you should hold or collect your winnings. Do you understand? Yeah, that makes perfect sense. You take it the mission went well? Whoa, absolutely nosy of you, isn't it? You can just go saying things like that. Things are at a very delicate stage. One wrong move and BAM! The invasion succeeds. I thought you were going to blow the conspiracy wide open. It's bigger than I thought. I need to update my charts and probably change some of the puppets around. You wanna help? I've got some wish key from somewhere. You can fill me in on everything your investigation has turned up. Better not. I'm supposed to meet her today. Gotta go do that. Can't raise suspicion. Kenji nods in approval. You're keeping it close to the chest, eh? Okay, man. I respect that. Good luck. Thanks. Just going to pretend, for the sake of my own sanity, that he's wishing me luck in talking to Emmy. And if I squint, the whole card analogy he was talking about works here. Time to lay it all on the table. Or see if I can't get Emmy to do so, rather. The sense of something approaching purpose, I head for Emmy's room. I hop up the stairs leading to her room and knock her on her door. Sabar, let me drink water first. Dang it, the water fell onto my couch. Test. Who's there? Huh? That's odd. Her voice sounds a little choke. Oh, she's choking. Hey, it's me. Thought I'd drop by. Isao? Come on in. I reached down to open the door, only to find that it's locked. So I stop it. More and more curious. Your door's locked. Oh yeah, sorry. Give me a minute. In a few minutes, Amy opens the door, grinning. Sorry, I had to put my legs on. I was napping. Despite her grin, there's something definitely off. Amy's eyes are slightly red, and it looks like she's been crying. Hey, no problem. Are you okay? Huh? Yeah, I'm fine. It's just that you look like you've been crying. Oh yeah, Isa, you're off to a great start on this one. What? Nah, I'm fine. I'm just happy to see you. Aw, they're cute. So cute. She punctuates this with a long kiss that continues as the door slams shut behind us. I know what she wants to do now, and I'm also painfully aware of how badly I want to do it too, but... I break the kiss with a wrench of self-control that nearly kills me. Hey, wait! Amy's eye crinkle in confusion. Huh? Wait for what? We need to talk. Isn't that supposed to be my line? And never a good thing to say? She's got a point. It's usually the lead into a breakup, or the prelude to a fight. Maybe it can be a good thing this time. That's the hope anyway. Can we at least get onto the bed? It's my first day back on these things and I'm still readjusting. Plus, the nurse said I should try to be on them less often, since running puts such a strain on them. Can't argue with that. It's a trap. We both know it. We both don't care. Then again, it's awfully hard to get angry while in bed with this object of your affection. So maybe there's that motivation too. I set Amy's leg by the bedside and sit down next to her, throwing an arm around her shoulders. In silence, we just enjoyed being able to be in this position again for a few minutes. Then, of course, I need to ruin it by opening my mouth. Look, I know that you've been having a kind of a rough time of it lately, and I want to help you out. I thought it was just exams getting to you, but now that I come to your room and you've been crying, and that kills me. But I can't do anything if you won't talk to me about it. I told you, I'm fine. No, you aren't. It's obvious something's eating at you. You can tell me, you know. There's a slight increase in tension in Amy's voice. Why is my saying I'm fine not good enough? You're concerned, I get that. That's cool. But I'm fine, and it's nothing that you need to worry about. Not sleeping and spacing out more than rain doesn't strike me as being fine. I want to help. Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't like seeing you like this. I want you to be happy, you know? I get the feeling that came out wrong because Amy fixed me with an icy stare. So you want to fix me, Hisao? She's definitely getting angry now. Wanna swoop in on your white charger and save the day? Stop the nightmares, the phantom limb pains? Restore what's lost? Her voice catches in her throat and her tears start to flow. Well, you can't. Nobody can. Nobody will. I'm so stunned by her sudden verbal assault that I remain quiet. Neither of us says anything for a while. I'm surprised that Amy tightens her grip on me rather than pushing me away. After a deep breath, she starts talking again. Look, I'm sorry. There's these nightmares about the accident. Ah, the accident. I should have known. He took her legs after all, but it never comes up, of course. And I usually deal with them fine because I can run. Running clears my head like nothing else. I don't have to worry about anything while I'm running. I just concentrate on breathing, on the rhythm of things. It's easier that way. Life easier that way. Just keep moving forwards, you know? Nothing else matters. Just getting around the next curve. And then it's the next curve, and the next, until I can't go on anymore, or think anymore, or do anything but slow down and walk until I catch my breath again. After something like that, nothing else matters. But I've been stuck in that goddamn wheelchair for too long, so no outlet. Today it just kind of boiled over a little. You could have talked to me about it, you know? You don't have to go it alone. Amy smiles sadly, like she's trying to explain to a child that all fire burns. Yeah, I did, and I do. But why? Why do you have to keep going through this alone? Why can't you just trust me enough to let me help you? That smile again. Amy leans in and kisses me on my cheek, an almost motherly gesture. She leaves her mouth close to my ear as she confessed this one thing to me. Because, Hisao, I've already had everything I knew ripped away from me once. I don't know what I'd do if it happened again. She paused, as if uncertain as to whether or not she should continue. I can feel a violent churning in my gut. She continues. So I can't rely on you, or the nurse, or anyone else. Just me. That's how it got to be. Having delivered this short speech, she looks down and covers her mouth with the back of her hand. The conversation is clearly over. I search for something to say, but can't think of anything. Maybe I should go. For now. I've got stuff. Amy doesn't even look up. She sounds tired, or relieved. I can't tell which. Okay, Hisao. Go take care of that stuff. I'll see you tomorrow. I get off the bed and head for the door, pausing at the doorway. Hey, Amy. Yeah? 1,000 things I want to say. I'm too mixed up to say any of them though. After her admitting that she'll never let me close, I feel like my world's just been ripped out of me from me. What happened in that accident? I know she lost her leg, but that never seemed to bother her. What happened there? What scares a girl so badly that she won't accept help, even from someone she loves? I don't know. But I want to know. I want to know so badly that being denied that answer feels like a knife in my guts. Hisao? You were saying? I'm still standing in the doorway. Nothing. Never mind. And I'm closing the door and walking down the hallway, down the stairs, out the door, into the dark. Somehow, I wander back to my own room. My brains are doing a mile a minute, going nowhere fast. I can't figure out how to deal with this. I thought that moving forward was a good thing. Dwelling less on the past that I can't change, living in the present and looking up at the future. After this thing with Amy, I'm not sure anymore. She was saying the truth. It's simpler to look at the next curve, ignoring the path gone by. No worry about the opponent left behind, no care for the spectators on the sidelines, and unfortunately, no time to watch out for lagging teammates either. I throw myself down on the bed, looking at one corner of my ceiling as if the answers I want were written there. No such luck, of course. She's literally running away from something. But have I not been doing the same thing? Trying my best to forget about my hospitalization? I am getting better, but my health isn't going to magically fix itself. Amy has 2 legs instead of a heart to deal with, but those aren't going to magically fix themselves either. Maybe this is just as fixed as the both of us can get. The room becomes darker and darker, until I can't really tell I'm looking at the corner anymore. The morning comes too soon, on the heels of a sleepless night. Is this how Amy's been spending her nights? Staring at the wall or ceiling, trying to stop thinking about whatever it is? Her, in my case. That clenched feeling in my gut is still there. I can't rely on you. Words spoken so casually, almost like she were teasing me or chastising me for suggesting that the earth is flat. That's how it got to be. The way it's got to be suck. I'm feeling so miserable that I was very nearly decided to skip the run. That would be stupid though. It's not something I should do just to see her. Sure, that was the original reason, but it's something more now. I've started to enjoy the running itself. There are worse ways to get the blood flowing anyway. Never thought I'd say it after the first week or so, but I feel a lot better after a run. Like, no matter what else I do today, I've at least done the one thing. It wakes me up too, and Amy herself said that running always clears her mind. Maybe it'll help clear mine. I hope so. The morning is cool and clear, if a bit humid. Summer's making itself known, it seems. Amy's already stretching out when I arrive, and greets me with a smile and a wave. Hey, Sao! The sight of her so chipper is like a kick in the nuts. How can she be so happy after yesterday? I give a half wave and I'm surprised to receive a hug. Hey, about last night. Here it comes. I wanted to say thanks. I actually managed to get some sleep for the first time in a while, and I think it's because of our talk. So, thanks. How could she sleep better after our chat? She basically told me that she wouldn't get any closer to me, and that let her sleep well? Excuse me, but what the heck? Amy either doesn't notice my bafflement or choose not to notice. Not telling with her anymore. Oh, no problem. Glad it helped. The venom that threatens to drip into my voice is controlled for now, but I think I'd better start running now before I do anything stupid. Amy seems equally willing to get started. Before long, we're darting around the track. I can tell she feels more relaxed. Her running has gone back to the more graceful movements I remember from when I first watched her. It's a stark contrast to the almost brutal way she's been hurling herself around the track these past few days. Our talk really does seem to have helped her. I pity it couldn't help me. I get into the rhythm of the running, thinking back to when I couldn't afford thinking about anything else but keeping my breathing steady and legs moving. Guess those days are gone, at least for the first couple of laps. Annoyed at the lack of success I'm having with clearing my head, I increased the pace. Ah, there's the burning sensation in my legs. The breath came breath. English is hard, man. The breath coming ragged in my chest, the pounding of my heart, which I still need to be careful about. But it does seem to have gotten stronger. I can feel it pumping blood through my veins. The sound thrums in my ears, but instead of being panicked as I was that day in the snow, I'm instead filled with elation. English is weird through. Yes, it's working! My heart, that fatal flaw that landed me here, has improved. I'm able to keep going now, and maybe one day I'll be able to stop worrying as much. Right now it doesn't matter that I have no idea what to do about Amy and me. All that matters is that my arms and legs continue to pump in concert with one another. Nothing else. As I hit the final stretch, I remind myself that running really does help, though not as much as I'd hope. I do feel better, and as I walk a few laps to cool down, I begin to remember last night in a slightly less emotional manner. Amy wants me to stay distant from her. I can't bring myself to do so. There's gotta be a way around this, some kind of middle ground I can reach. Not sure what that middle ground is, though. Dang, I was almost feeling optimistic. Nice run, Hisao. You've really improved. Nice run. That's all I can hope for now, isn't it? Congratulations, Hisao. You're pathetic. I gotta change my attitude. Well, you know, I am pretty awesome. And yet I just keep saying things that I don't mean. Any second now, I'll be as good as at hiding my problems as Amy is. I like to think so too. I like to think so. Why does she do this to me? Say something like that with such real affection in her voice that it makes my heart leap. She doesn't mean it. She can't. I must be doing a worse job than I thought, because Amy peers closely at me. Hey, you feeling okay? Maybe we should go to the nurse, huh? Yeah, I'd hate to keel over on you. Amy looks a little shocked at my bitter tone. Don't say things like that. You've already done it once before, you know. Why does she act so affectionate? She doesn't really care? I thought she made that clear. But despite all of that, I find myself apologizing. Even though it shouldn't have to. Even though she's probably just putting on an act. Sorry. Come on, let's see the nurse. I can't get myself to calm down the whole time. Dang, so this is what Kaiden means by the serious act, huh? I thought it's just smooth sailing from now, but well. You do need drama in the end, that's for sure. Every time it feels like I've gotten over what happened last night, Amy does something or says something that shows affection, and I am back to the beginning. The image of her ending that conversation haunts me. Wife! Hi, husband! Gimana kabarnya? Sorry, aku nggak bisa join di stream akhir-akhir ini. Stream aja aku nggak bisa baik juga sekarang. Masa aku suruh tulis pet? Wait, sabar. I want to rant for a bit. Nih mumpung lagi ada orang. I want to rant about my schedule. Kesel banget sumpah. Like, so this is like second week of university for me, right? And by now, like the introduction and everything's already complete. We're now into actual class, actual study. So after counting everything gitu ya, all of the assignment that will be given to us this semester, they expect us, the students, to have at least 4 different scientific paper completed by the end of the semester. And that's not counting like the exams and the quizzes and everything else in between, you know. Like, my schedule is so packed with writing papers nowadays. It's not. But I mean, that's cool, I guess. Like, or like, what do you expect? Like, right, it's master's degree. Obviously, you have to write stuff, but just annoyed gitu. Like, my free time cannot be used to play games anymore. Like, other than the streaming session I do, like, I can only play a couple hours maximum on the weekends, because the weekdays are just filled with school. I had to stay in the library for the first time. So lot, sumpah. So yeah, but yeah, sorry for the rant. Sorry Ado, baru muncul langsung curhat pula kira. Gimana kabarnya Ado? How are you? Tadi streaming ya kalau nggak salah ya. Main apa sih aku lupa. Oh my, their wife. Kesal, pengen balik lagi jadi NEET lagi tau nggak? I just want to go back to becoming a NEET. Like when I first started streaming gitu, there's nothing I need to worry about. Just stream as much as you want. Kira there's no assignment, there's no deadline, nothing to worry about. But I mean, I wouldn't trade what I have now with that moment in the past, because I mean, I do have a lot more flexibility now. I mean, I'm living alone. I don't need to worry about my parents like barging in, like asking me to do the chores anymore. At least But still, maybe someday. Maybe once I retire, like after you're done working for 40 years plus, you're just sitting there, old Grandpa Akira. So bad. Discord is saying you're streaming on Twitch. What do you mean streaming on Twitch? No, it says streaming on YouTube. I'm playing KATAWA SHOUJO. Streaming KATAWA SHOUJO, Ibarazaki, my beloved, IDEN. I am ini mau stream lagi. Oh, please if you go back to meet, who gonna feed me? Oh ya juga. Okay, I will work. I will study more. Nanti mungkin kalau aku sempat aku join. Tapi nggak tahu sih. Rencananya mungkin nih stream sampai palingan jam 10 malam sih. Waktu Jepang. Kalau ada masih streaming setelah itu mungkin aku bakal join. Tapi kalau nggak mungkin aku bakal watch VOD-nya aja. Jelas. It literally says it on my end. It become a free talk. I mean, I was just like doing girly voice for half an hour now. My throat hurts. I need to rest my voice a bit. Semangat Wi-Fi 50-50. Huh. I'm not sure, yeah. On my end, it says that I am... Apa? That I am streaming on YouTube. Like streaming YouTube here. Maybe Discord is just being Discord for a bit. Alright, let's continue, I suppose. It was like the final twist of the knife that left me feeling bereft of any hope that Amy and I could be more than what we are. And what are we at this point? And really, it's not like I don't enjoy the time I spent with her. She said so the other day myself. I very nearly didn't even bring anything up with her. Was just gonna hop on in there and really write, wasn't I? With this start running through my head, I find myself in front of the nurse's office, still brooding as he checks out Amy. Amy comes bouncing out the door, gives me a kiss, and darts off to shower, I assume. Meanwhile, the nurse beckons me in his office to give me the ritual once over. Untungnya nggak perlu ngomongin suara lagi. Capek tau nggak suarain Amy, like voicing Amy is very tiring on my throat. Like, hi Hisao, how are you today? Hi viewers, hi Ado, hi Fura. My throat hurts. So sumpah. Why am I trying so hard to high pitch? Yeah, but it only says it on my friends active now section, but not on profile. Huh. I mean, I cannot check my own profile, but it should be YouTube. Entahlah ya. Hah? Wait, huh? Apaan? I'm just ranting about how Amy's voice is a bit tiring for my voice. Oh my god, Akiki SM. It's not SMR, it's Amy Ibarazaki impression. Yes. Also, hi Reggie, welcome to live stream. Been a while. Any problems today? Yes. Gimana sih suara si nurse? How do I voice the nurse? A bit flaunting, I think. I don't forget. I always forget like the voice of all the other characters except for Amy because obviously it's Amy. But other than that, it's just like changing every once in a while. Very girly. Don't say that, Pura. No, that's not like it. Don't say that, Pura. My voice is not girly, you know. I'm just trying my best to sound like Amy, you know. Maybe I shouldn't try too hard. I mean, why am I trying like this anyway? I mean, I'm a boy. Why am I voicing like this? I shouldn't try so hard, you know, high pitching my voice like this, right? Kira. What am I doing with my life? Aduh. Very girly, more girly than me. Aduh, even the voice tracking cannot keep track of my voice. God dang it. Nah, I even pushed it a little harder today and have in the past, and I seem able to handle it. Gimana sih suara dia? Forgot he voice adalah normal voice. That's uncharacteristically risky coming from you, Hisao. You've been hanging out with Amy too much. She's rubbed off on you, and not necessarily in a good way. At the mention of Amy's name, I can't help but frown unhappily in spite of my efforts at control. Am I a lurk and laugh sadly? No, don't lurk. That girly voice. Dah capek lah. Dah kira. Maybe I should just use voice changer. Oh look, Ado is streaming. Go check out Ado's channel. I don't know what she's streaming right. I think it's probably peak again what she's playing. Go to Discord server, voice chat and laugh there. No, don't go just to laugh please. Aduh. Well now, this is new, don't you think? Last I checked, your original response to Amy's name was a grin, not a frown. What exactly happened between you two? Because Amy doesn't seem to be in on it, whatever it is. She looked more relaxed than I've ever seen her in weeks, which is unusual for this time of year. What do you mean by that? By what? For this time of year, I keep trying to find out what's been bothering her, but she clams up as soon as I broach the subject. Then last night she said, let me guess, she won't tell you because she says she can't trust you. And now you're crushed because you thought that the two of you were so much more than she seems to think, right? More or less. How the heck did you know? Hisao, I'm the nurse. It's my job to know these things. Plus, I've known Amy for long enough to know that she'd try to do something like this. It's just like her. He says this in the sort of half-affectionate, half-frustrated tone that would seem more appropriate if he had a cigarette dangling from his lips. As it is, he seems willing to make do with a pen. I open my mouth to respond, but a knocking sound at the door interrupts me. Oh god, he's hurt. Hey, you guys still in there? Just a moment, Amy. Give us a second to get our pants back on. Oh no, Amy's angry now. The door bursts open and Amy glares knife at the nurse. Asshole! Didn't mean to get your hopes up. Hey, can we leave me out of this? Anyway, what's up, Amy? Forget something? I tried to take a more cheerful tone with her. No need to upset her. Two can play the everything's fine game. Hovers on Akira's server. Muted icon. Hey, what do you mean you muting my server? I mean, there's nothing much happening anyway. Why would you need to mute it? Actually, I forgot to ask you something. Oh? What's that? You wanna come with me on a trip to my house? My mom's making dinner and I thought you might want to join us. Oh, she's inviting us home. Well, of course I accept. We punched the nurse in the arm playfully. Not you, idiot. You were over there last week. I was talking to Hisao. Oh, how interesting. Meeting the parent. I'd love to go, Amy. Thanks. The nurse raised an eyebrow but says nothing. Great! I'll be in my room. Swing by after you shower and change into something clean and we'll grab the bus. Sounds good. I'll see you in a bit. Am I unmute? Yes, I'm muted. Hali Ahmad Rafidian Kusuma. Is this game engine Ren'Py? Yep, it is Ren'Py. I mean, with a bit of a change, but yes. Just like most other visual novel games in there, it's usually Ren'Py. Unless you have like more interesting mechanics, in which case people usually use Unity. Like, I wanna be a game dev, yes. Lately I've been hooked playing that game. Like, the story is so interesting, to say the least. I highly suggest you guys play it as well. Search up on Steam. I wanna be a game dev. It's free. No need to worry about paying stuff. And although it's still like on, I think it's beta. Like the story isn't complete yet, but so far it's very good story. I also like how meta the story is. Not meta, apa sih namanya? Like, very casual, Like the language used is just like how an actual high schooler would use. None of that family-friendly PG-13, no, not PG-13, like family-friendly general audience language, So yeah, I kind of like it too. Yeah, I downloaded a game that uses RenP too. A lot of games use RenP. Like even I have RenP tool if I want to make a visual novel, but I don't have the creativity to do it, at least for now. Maybe someday I'll make like an Akira Sakuchi visual novel. Who knows? Anyway, let's continue. This time it's me who leans in for a quick kiss before darting off into my room. Ah, you two kiss each other in front of the nurse. What an interesting development. Maybe we're getting closer after all. Maybe Amy's finally ready to open up a little. Or maybe she's just being polite, and a free meal seems like a good way to apologize for last night. Great. Now I can't decide whether to be excited, nervous, or depressed. I settle for a combination of all three and hop in the shower. Katawa shoujo. I don't think I like riding on buses. Actually, I think I'm pretty comfortable saying that as a fact. They sway a lot, and they smell funny, and you can feel every bump in the road. I'm really not looking forward to this. Plus, Amy's leg keeps making a clanking noise that draws the attention of everyone else on the bus. She's in shorts again, and she's got long socks drawn up on her prosthetic so they don't look so obviously false again. But that doesn't stop the odd look or two every time her legs bump together with an audible clunk. I shift nervously in my seat, and Amy raised an eyebrow questioningly. She doesn't seem to mind the stares. Either that, or she doesn't even notice that people are staring. I'm sure she's gotten her fill of odd looks before. After a certain amount of time, I doubt she's noticed anymore. Check my Discord activity afterwards. Apa nih? If you are high on the member list, maybe I can check on you. Yeah, I cannot check the name because because the names are like apa hidden on Discord when you're streaming. Maybe later I will check. Oh wait, Miku ya. Oh ini dia, ada M. It shows up. Okay, so probably this M. I mean, there's no other M other than Maggie. Oh, YouTube Cake Day. Congrats. I don't even remember what my YouTube Cake Day was. Because I mean, I made this channel like on a whim back when I was in middle school? Elementary? I don't even remember when I made this channel, but yeah. Oh, I said the A word. MTS. What do you mean A word? Not that she'd ever tell me if I ask. Another fact is, I'm not just uncomfortable about the bus. I can't seem to come to terms with the fact that Emmy appears to be trying to bring me closer while at the same time trying to pushing me away. Meeting the parents is a big deal, right? Not that I haven't already met Emmy's mother, but it was just an acquaintance. Now it's going to be as Emmy's boyfriend, with everything that implies. I can feel my heart pounding in my chest. An echo of that snow-covered afternoon that feels like it was so long ago that I might as well be in other lives entirely. Except then, I didn't know what was going on. I also didn't have medication to help prevent things spiraling out of control. Extracting game. I've gone a long way in terms of my physical health, and for the second time today, I feel like I'll be able to live normally now. Or at least as normally as possible. Now, if only I could manage my relationship as well as I've managed my heart, I'd be in a great shape. Why am I so thirsty a lot lately? My throat keeps getting dry every 5 seconds. Well, you're here. Amy grabs my hand as soon as we step off the bus. She starts heading down the stairs almost immediately. Come on, we've got a couple blocks until my place. What? Oh, okay. Why a couple of blocks? Oh yeah, maybe the bus doesn't go there. I follow Amy down the street, watching her confidence stride. She's setting kind of a quick pace for just a walk. I guess she's anxious to get there. So does your mom do this sort of thing often? Nah, not too frequently. Mom's never been much of a playing hostess. Oh yeah? Yeah, my dad was always the one pushing her to have people over. The sudden and unprompted reference to her father catches me off guard. And from the look on Amy's face, I'm not sure she meant to mention him. I think I've only ever heard her talk about him once. All I remember is that Amy's mom told me that he wasn't around anymore. Oh, your mom prefers solitude? Amy laughs, either from relief that I didn't ask about her father or from finding my statement actually funny. And I play afterwards. Okay. Not at all. She's why I'm such an outgoing person, you know. She just preferred to be a guest rather than a hostess. It's less stressful that way, or so she says. Clearly, she's never had to meet her girlfriend's mother for dinner. Huh? What? Oh, it took me a while to understand what it means. Okay, paham. Fura's not commenting right now. Fura's probably very focused on the story right now. Amy giggles again and speaks in a teasing tone. Nervous, Hisao? You shouldn't be, you know. It's not that big of a deal. Just dinner at my house, that's all. Yeah, but have you ever brought home a boyfriend before? I confess that part of me dreads hearing the answer to this. I know very little of Amy's past relationship. I don't even know if there were past relationships. Busy, but also focusing on story. No, I guess I haven't. Hey, maybe this really is kind of a big deal after all. Or, you know what? I should probably take a screenshot of her face just in case. This is like a, huh, really? kind of face. Window. We have to make as many Amy emotes as possible. At least that's what I wanted to do, if not for the server limitation. Maybe I'll buy more boost in the future. Activity works on PTB. Nice. Let's see what your activity is. If I can even check on it. No, nothing. Still the same. Oh good, now I feel twice as nervous. The game is louder than the stream itself. Oh, your game is louder than the stream, okay. Though to tell the truth, I'm pretty happy to hear that I remember the first one. Ah, Hisao. Maybe we got something special after all. Bolstered by this new thought, I've managed to calm down considerably by the time Amy knocks on her front door. Hey mom, open up! We're here! The door swings open, and Mrs. Ibarazaki stands grinning at her daughter. The grin is still surprisingly similar to Amy. I'm never going to get used to that. Gimana ya cara dia? What is her voice again? Like, how do I do mature lady voice? I guess like clear but deep. Think. Suaranya super quick. Why am I referencing it super quick for this? Calm. Gak bisa. I don't know. Like, trying to make high pitched noise is easy, but like, apa ya? Like, you know how male voices are like deeper compared to female voice? Also, like, female voice tend to be clearer compared to males. So I'm trying to replicate that, the clear voice in high pitch, but making it lower pitch. Gimana caranya? Test. You know? Gak bisa. Maybe that. You know? Ah, you know? Gak bisa. I don't know how to make a voice. Super freak. Why don't mention super freak? You know? Gak bisa. Gimana caranya? Why am I trying so hard? I mean, she probably wouldn't show up as often either anyway. You know, people normally wait for a few minutes before they start shouting at the door. And most mothers say hello to their daughters instead of scolding them right away. Ah, of course. Welcome home, dear. I've missed you. An affectionate hug later, we're inside, and it's only then that Abby's mom seems to remember that I'm actually here. And hello to you too, Hisao. How are you? I'm quite I'm quite well, thank you. Nice to not have school to worry about a little bit. Ah, yes. You finished up your exam, haven't you? That must be quite a relief for you both. It's certainly a weight off my mind, that's for sure. Going to Act 3 on the game I'm playing now. Good luck, Miku. Mine too! I think I slept well for the first time in weeks last night from relief alone. If this news is a surprise to Emmy's mother, she doesn't show it. Still, her response betrays a note of interest. Is that so? I'm very glad to hear that, Emmy. I'm very glad to hear that, Emmy. I get worried when you get all wound up about, well, exams. Certainly Emmy's mother knows something I don't, or rather, she doesn't know that Emmy's told me about the nightmares. It's interesting, being able to observe how Mrs. Ibarazaki covers for Emmy. That protective instinct to make sure that I don't know any more than Emmy's willing to tell me. I wonder if Mrs. Ibarazaki will figure out that I know about the nightmares, or is she just keeping everything secret from everybody? Yeah, it's not been as bad this year as in the past. Hisao helped me to stay focused. Okay, I know that's not true. She even cut off contact outside of school hours during exam week. But she did see me during the day, and she told me more than once that the morning runs was the only thing she looked forward to during exams. So maybe it's not that much of a lie. Either way, to hear that being around has helped even little makes me feel a bit better. Emmy's mother raises an eyebrow at this statement. Either she doesn't believe Emmy, or she's as surprised as I am. Well, it appears that it's a good thing you two have become so close. I tell you to take care of my daughter, Hisao, but it looks like you're already doing that. Emmy grins at this and seems to take pride in my having managed to ingratiate myself with her mother so easily. Actually, I'd say your daughter's been the one taking care of me. She's gotten me out and running. I'm not gonna clip for today, maybe next stream. Okay, Miku. What's on next stream anyway? Maybe I should finally go back to playing Project Sekai. I mean, it's been a while since I last played that. Oh wait, no! Uma Musume! Gaming Cup will start soon. I've probably been more active since meeting her than I ever was, even before. I'd actually never thought of it that much, nor had I ever appreciated humor in it. I wasn't too active before the heart attack. Pick-up games of soccer don't really count since they weren't that common. So now that I know for sure that I have a weak heart, now I run every day, pushing my luck with the help of my medication. I chuckled quietly, then realized that I never finished my sentence. Well, before I had my heart attack and wound up at school here, it comes out so casually. There was a time that I would have thought twice about talking about what was wrong with me at all. Horse ears are so cute. Horses are cute. Like, my mind is enlightened. Like, nowadays my YouTube feed is just people showing off their horse. Like, actual horse, yeah, not Uma Musume. Like, horses doing horse stuff. Like, running around, like, nodding yes and no frantically, like, even like horse farting. Horse farting. But yeah, horses are cute, like, and they seem to have quite the intelligence as well. Like, they can understand us sometimes. So yeah, it's cute seeing horses. Horse what? Horse farting? Like, horse, sometimes when they run, they also fart. Aduh. Ya begitulah ya. Horses are cute, yes. But now it just seems silly to care, especially in the company of Emmy and her mother. If Amy can be cavalier about her disability, then so can I. I think back to the track meet, where Amy declared herself the fastest thing on no legs. The fact of her obvious loss has never seemed to bother her, at least not in public. Being stuck in a wheelchair frustrated her, I know, but even that was something she dealt with on her own, despite my efforts to the contrary. Amy has a way of bringing out the more active side in people. I've never quite figured out how she does it. Those puppy dog's eyes she gets, for starters. Is the game support 16:9 race? Nope, it doesn't. It is a very old game after all. There is no option for 14:3. Yeah, that's the reason why I put any pictures in there, because otherwise I don't have any. I mean, I guess I can like shape the layout to be bigger, like technically, yeah. I can just like make it this big, around this big. Sabar, let me show you guys what I mean. No, never mind, I'll break the layout. But yeah, technically I could. Dang it, I cannot. Watch. Control Z doesn't work. Watch. Okay, sabar. Hopefully that's around the size I want. But yeah, the game doesn't support 16:9. Yeah, it's a very old game. I think it was from 2012. When did this game is released again? KATAWA SHOUJO. It's initial release date January 4, 2012. The game is 13 years old already. Cut it some slack. I'm not surprised that she managed to rope you into an exercise routine. If Rin weren't just as stubborn as she is, I'm sure that Amy would have gotten her out and running with you two. Oh, that reminds me. Rin says hello. I drift to the outer edge of the conversation again as we move into the dining room to eat. It smells delicious in here, and the spread that Amy's mom has produced is impressive. Whoa! Sorry, my throat cut. Wow, you made enough to feed an army in here. Is it too much? Well, you can always take some leftovers with you when you go. That sounds great. I can only handle cafeteria food for so long. Something home cooked will be a welcome change of pace. What he said. Thanks, Mom. The food tastes as good as it smells, and there's a lull in the conversation while we all dig in. Amy salts her plate with the usual amount of gusto, and I will admit that I set a pretty fast pace myself. So, Hisao, I hear that you and my daughter have gotten rather close. Oh no. The urge to say something like not really is so strong that I opened my mouth to say it, but then reassert control. We are close, there's no getting around it. I mean, Amy's brought me here, hasn't she? Did you plan adding a Discord server tag for everyone in your server? Wait, the server tag is not for everyone? I thought it is for everyone. I mean, the problem is that we don't have enough server boost to unlock the tags, but we do have a tag back then. The Kira tag? Akir, not Kira. The Akir tag. But yeah. We don't have enough people to boost the server to unlock it again. Maybe we should change it to Kira. Like Akir sounds weird. But Kira, like we put everything on Kira. Like we have Astolfo Kira, Mizu Kira, Fem Kira, School Kira, Emo Kira. Like I think the Kira part is more important than the Akir part. Yeah, you know what? Let me just change the server tag first. Even if it will not affect anything because we don't have the boost for it. Never mind, I cannot change the server tag unless I boost the server first. Dang it. Oh well. Bad luck next time, I guess. Tag Kira. Do Kira. I will do Kira, but not now because we don't have the boost. Maybe next time. Fortunately, both Amy and her mother seems to take my reaction as a sign that I am caught off guard rather than considering saying something cruel. I suppose we have. I blame the morning runs myself. You make it sound like a bad thing, Hisao. Well, I for one found it a relief. Why's that? Emmy's always been a popular girl, but never made many close friends. This is a bit of news to me. I've always seen Emmy chatting with her classmates in the hallways. And certainly the whole track team seems to love her, but it is true that she chose to exalt herself during lunch with Rin and me. Not exactly the sort of behavior one exerts from a popular girl after all. Then again, I've experienced her unwillingness to get close firsthand, so I can't say that I'm that surprised. I was beginning to have my doubts. Emmy rolls her eyes to the ceiling and grumbles something I can't quite make out. Huh? What? Was that you just said? Nothing. Mrs. Ibarazaki chokes on her drink with laughter. You've been hanging out with the nurse too long, Emmy. I'm going to have to talk to him about corrupting my daughter. Somehow I don't think that would be very effective. The face is back. Is this smug face or smirk face? I don't know, but I will definitely going to put that as emote. If I have the slot for it. The tag, Kira is the name of the tag, but Kira is the tag. Yeah, skipping all the game thingy because speedrunning. Don't speedrun games. You gotta appreciate what the developers made for you. Yes. I already done this, but I need to act tricky. I see. I learned most of it from you anyway, not the nurse. Don't listen to her, Hisao. She's a born liar. Yeah, right. Oh, I don't know, Emmy. I think your mother has a point. What? You traitor! You're supposed to take my side in this. Yeah, but you did lie about your leg after the— Ow! A kick in the shins from an unmistakably plastic foot cuts me off, but not before Mrs. Ibarazaki's eyebrows shoot upwards. What about your leg? It wasn't a big deal, that's all. I was just, I was in a wheelchair for a bit. The last few mumbled words are quickly deciphered by Emmy's mother. I suspect she has experience with this sort of thing, and a worried frown appears on her face. So that's why you keep dodging my calls? Oh, Emmy, I know how much you hate being in a wheelchair. No wonder you've been in such a mood lately. Yeah, she's much happier on her feet, so to speak. Well, of course. She spent enough time in a chair just after the accident. She didn't get prosthetic immediately? No, she had to finish heating up before they let her start the sort of therapy you've got to go through to just those things. Especially since she wanted to run on them. I had no idea. Yeah, it sucked. Oh, did you see Rin's mural at the festival? Emmy's sudden change of topic makes me realize belatedly that she's been fidgeting the whole time her mother and I have been talking. I should have figured on her being a little skittish when it comes to talking about the accident, even around her mother. No, I didn't make it out to the festival, remember? Although I caught a glimpse of it at your track meet, it is pretty weird to me. I think that's more or less what he was going for. She talked a lot about it being dreamlike, or tried to make it dreamlike. I don't even know how to make the voice for both of them anymore, like trying so hard, like because her mother, I want her mother to be like mature voice, you know, like Super Creek, but I don't even know how to make Super Creek's voice in the first place. I can make my voice high pitch or low pitch, but I cannot make like both of them at the same time. Like apa ya? Ya gitulah ya. Susah baca. It's hard to explain. I already done this on my PC. What's wrong with your PC, Miku? Rin's art is one of those things I don't think I'll ever understand. That's not surprising. I don't think Rin expects to be understood. She told me once that art allows people to understand stuff they wouldn't understand otherwise. But all the same, she doesn't think it actually works that way. I'm surprised that Amy's talked about this with Rin extensively enough to actually have Rin's opinion, such as it is. Although I expect that Rin could not, if she were so inclined, say the same thing about Amy's. Unless of course, Amy's is purposely keeping me in the dark about everything, which is likely, but unpleasant to think about. I drift down this unpleasant train of thought for a while, losing track of the conversation. Hey Amy, I've been meaning to ask. Huh? Are you going to visit your father this year? From the way she says it, you'd think Amy's mother was talking about the weather. From the way Amy reacts, it's clear not the weather they're talking about. She flinched, a slight jerk of the head backwards as if she's just been slapped in the face. Can we talk about this later? Her voice sounds brittle, strained. It looks as if she's been severely shaken by the question. It seems that Mrs. Ibarazaki misjudged just how close Amy and I are. Some things, it seems, are best not conversed about with me around. Her father is one of these things. The accident that took her life is probably another one of those things, if her reaction to the earlier conversation between her mother and myself is an indication. It doesn't take Amy's mother long to realize she's screwed up. Of course we can, dear. I'm sorry to bring it up. I just wanted to ask so I could make plans. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Amy fidgets nervously, as if embarrassed by her own reaction. I confess that her reaction is confusing. Okay, Miku. She only just mentioned her father to me earlier today, less than a few hours ago even. Why does a simple question about when she'll visit her father cause such a strong reaction? Unless whatever serenity she claimed to have reached by means of our talk the previous evening has suddenly evaporated. Or it didn't help as much as she thought, or claimed. I'll be right back. Gotta visit the little girl's room. Amy gets up suddenly and leaves the table, leaving me and Mrs. Ibarazaki alone. I'm a little conflicted. Should I go after her, or should I stay here? It's obvious that Amy's departure was not based on the call of nature. Something's bothering her, and I have to know what it is. The only way to find out is to go to the source, and the source is currently pretending that she has to use the toilet. I excuse myself politely from the table and head that way, only to catch sight of Amy not in the bathroom, but in the kitchen just next to the living room. Amy left the door open, and as I approach, I can see that she's holding on to the table in an attempt to compose herself, an effort that fails as soon as I open my mouth. Doesn't look like Nature's call was that urgent. Amy jumps and glares at me. What are you doing here? I didn't come here to be with other people. I just wanted to help you. You look pretty rattled. I said it was nothing, didn't I? And besides, I thought we'd established that you can't help me. No, we've established that you're stubborn. Look who's talking, the guy who followed me. This is different. I want to help you with whatever this is. Funny, because I just want you to leave me alone. But why? Why can't you just trust me? We've been over this already, Hisao. I've got to deal with this stuff on my own. I won't accept that. You need my help. You just won't take it. My wording seems to have been a little off. Need? I need your help? Well, it's a good thing we met, isn't it? Because otherwise I guess I'd just be a broken human being, wouldn't I? No, it's a dang good thing that Hisao came along to save the day, isn't it? Because God knows I can't help myself, can I? I'm just a poor, emotionally damaged girl with no legs, right? I mean, you know I don't think that. Really? Because if you thought differently, then I don't think you'd be here saying I need your help. I've gotten pretty far in life as a normal human being without you. So what? Nothing we've shared was important? I'm just a guy who hangs out with you? You're my boyfriend, Hisao, not my savior. Well, no, that much is obvious. You won't even consider that I could be a help to you, will you? You'll just bottle it all up and hope that a run will solve your problems, or you'll come visit me and we'll fool around until you feel better. That's not being a healthy human being, Amy. That's not what a relationship means. Well, it's what it means to me right now, Hisao. I wish... She seems to reconsider her words just then, a flicker of pain, of doubt on her face. For a moment, I think she's about to cry. But the moment passes, and now she's composed herself again. Whatever that wish was will have to go unspoken. Look, I can't do this right now. But we have a serious conversation. What? Have a serious conversation? Be open? Be honest? Give me a damn about anyone besides yourself and your problem? What do you know about my problems? Nothing. You don't know what I've been through, so don't pretend that you do. I know you have nightmares. I know your father's gone. What happened to him? Oof, you probably shouldn't be saying that, Isao. Amy's head jerked backwards as if I've just slapped her. That brittle quality has gotten back into her voice. That's enough. This is stupid. This whole conversation has just been variations on Amy stonewalling me. What? You won't even answer that question? Fine, keep your secrets. They can lie in the grave as far as I'm concerned. Amy's eye widened in shock. When she speaks again, it's in a voice that is low, dangerous. What is that face? That interesting face she has. Like, honestly, I didn't expect to have this kind of face on her. Okay, low voice, yeah. Get out of my house, Isao. The sudden change in her tone snaps me out of my self-righteous anger and makes me realize with a dawning horror what I've just said. Amy, I didn't mean... I said go, Isao. Tell my mother that she cooked a wonderful meal but you've forgotten a prior engagement and get out of my house. She's trembling now, shaking with anger, or sadness, or determination. Her voice is still low, controlled, almost a growl. I reach out to put an arm on her shoulder to apologize for going too far, but she jerks away from my touch. Get out! What can I do? I walk out of the kitchen and go to the living room, make my apology to Mrs. Ibarazaki, and let myself out. Yeah, seems like things doesn't go as well as planned. The morning alarm sounds and I roll over, switching it off. My eyes open blearily to stare at the ceiling. What am I going to do? Do I get out of bed, go down to the track and pretend that nothing happened? Will Amy even show up? After last evening's event, I doubt it. Even supposing that she did, what would I do then? Get over this fight just to dance the same routine the next time something's bothering her? I know I spoke hastily last evening, especially trying to use her father as leverage. But was anything I said really off the mark? She won't let me in, ever, and she'll be forced to suffer alone. Nothing I do, nothing I say is going to change that. She won't change, and she's always decided to keep me at arm's length. Can I really bring myself to go down there and see her, knowing that I'm never going to get past where I am now? No, I decide. I really can't. Not today. I roll over and go back to sleep. She probably won't be there anyway. Should probably go... at least, you know. A similar mental conversation repeats itself when it comes time to go to lunch, and I eat in the cafeteria, alone. I don't want to see her. The very thought makes me feel ill. That night, I go for a run. I'm solo for the first time since Amy got sick after the track meet. Skip seeing the nurse just in case he asks about Amy. I don't want to talk about her either. The next day I do the same thing. Alarm, off, stay in bed, eat alone, run alone. To fill the time that I would usually be spending with Amy, I started reading more. It worked surprisingly well. until I find myself ducking into a restroom because I see her walking down the hall in between classes. If she noticed me, she didn't show it, even though I don't suppose she ever shows anything. Certainly not to the girls from her class I see talking cheerfully to her, or to her fellow track members, especially not to me. Alarm off, stay in bed. Muto and I had a lengthy talk about the possibility that string theory is plausible. I don't buy it myself. More than 4 dimensions I can buy, but a bunch of vibrating strings at the subatomic level? That's asking a bit much. Looks like I'm not the only one to think this way too. Apparently it's not really as strong a theory as it once was. Muto says that's just because nobody has found the right way of looking at the data yet. Somebody drink first. My throat is so dry. Eat alone. The rooftop is deserted today. I briefly wonder where Amy and Rin are, but shrug off the question. The important thing is that they aren't here, so I won't have to talk to them. Since I have nobody to talk to, I bring a book with me to read. The weather's nicer, if getting a little hot. Hopefully it'll be cooler in the evening. A cool breeze seems to back up my theory. Run alone. It is, in fact, cooler at the track. No sign of Amy, which is exactly the sort of thing I'm going for. I stretch out and start on my usual run, trying hard to ignore the lack of a running partner in front of me. Finding my thoughts drifting damnably to that girlish laugh, incredible grin, those wide and friendly eyes, her incredibly toned body. I increase the pace to clear my head, chew up the distance between me and the turns, find a speed that makes me think only of my legs and how much they burn. I glance at my watch as I round the final turn, noting that my time's gotten faster. My heart seems a little squirrely tonight, so I give myself a few extra cooldown laps just to be safe. No reason to bring this to the nurse's attention. I'll be fine. A rather Amy-ish thought to have, I'll admit. I have to hope that eventually I'll stop thinking about her so much. I finished another book before going to bed that night. I'll have to stop by the library tomorrow. I don't know why I keep the early alarm on anymore, but it wakes me up the next morning just the same. I still turn it off and go back to sleep. That afternoon, as I get ready to head to the cafeteria for another solo lunch, I've got a new book about a couple of con men in ancient Persia that I'm pretty excited about reading. I am suddenly cornered by Misha and... I guess just Misha. Off to eat alone again, Hishan? We've noticed, you know. We? Shichan and I noticed that you've been spending more time alone. She wanted me to find out why, so I told her I'd ask you. I'm surprised she didn't ask me herself. She would have, but she wanted to get a head start on some paperwork. There's a lot of it since we're coming up on to the end of the term, you know. What is that interest in my well-being anyway? They want you to work in student council again. Shichan. Shichan said, it is the duty of the student council to keep track of the emotional health of its student. To allow a constituent to spiral into depression unchecked would be an unforgivable failure in the council's duties. Well, that's easy then. I'm not depressed. But you're eating alone, and nobody's seen you and Amy together at all. Something happened, didn't it, Hichan? Misha's voice takes on a slightly sterner tone, though somehow she keeps the familiar lilt at the end of her sentence. I purse my lips, uncertain about how to respond. Give in and let Misha know. Well, I suppose someone else knowing about my problem can't hurt. Heck, maybe Misha can even offer some advice. We had a fight at her house. I keep trying to get close to her and she won't let me get close, and I said something stupid and she threw me out. Have you talked to her since then? Misha looks genuinely concerned. I'm surprised, as I'd almost expected her to drop the subject after finding out what the trouble was. Even more surprising is how quickly I find myself spilling my guts to her. No, I haven't. I just can't bring myself to face her after that. I made a complete fool of myself, and she probably hates me now anyway, especially since I haven't seen her since then. You're pretty slow, Hichan. This doesn't sound like advice. Huh? Misha placed her hands on her hips and launched into a speech that would sound more plausible coming from Shizune. The solution to your problem is simple. You have to go and apologize to her. Leaving things like this will just make things worse. You can know that she hates you now unless she tells you. Otherwise, there's no evidence that what you fear is true. If you really care about her, shouldn't you be worried about how she's taking all this? With a sudden start, I realized that she's right. I've kept waking up to an early alarm because part of me wants to meet Amy at the track for our runs. I've kept running because I know that Amy would worry about me if I didn't stay healthy. When I went on the roof yesterday, I was half hoping that she would be up there, and felt disappointed when she wasn't. I'm an idiot. Kinda, Hichan. So, go and apologize to her as soon as you can, okay? I opened my mouth to say that I'll do it right away, but the lunch bell rings and I realize that I still have the afternoon classes to attend. First thing after class is over, I'll go see her, I promise. And thanks for the advice, I guess. Misha beams at me, as if I were a child that has just learned his ABCs. Good, I'll let Hichan know that you're okay then. Yeah, you do that. With a wave, and completely disregarding the fact that people are starting to trickle back into the classroom as opposed to out of it, Misha departs to the classroom. I suppose she and Shizune have student council business again. While the afternoon wears on, I find myself impatient for lessons to end. I need to see Amy now. I have to try to set things right. Even if Amy hates me now, I have to at least apologize. I owe her that much. Should I meet her in her room? No, I said it would delay things too much. If I know Amy, then I can find her at the track. Still have no idea what I'm going to say when I get there, but I take comfort in knowing that Amy probably wouldn't have a plan for something like this either. Play it by ear, stop being nervous, and just get to the track. Figure the rest out when I get there. The track looms ahead. Another jolt of nerves hits me in the guts. I resist the urge to turn and walk away, and instead note with satisfaction that I was right and Amy is still running. I don't make myself immediately known. I find a seat in the bleachers and watch her run instead, thinking back to earlier meetings. After a few trips around the track, Amy noticed me and skids to a halt, an expression of surprise that slides easily into one of anger. What are you doing here? Not quite the response I'd hoped for, but at this point I don't have much of a choice. I wanted to apologize for what I said the other day. The other day? She laughs, a curt exclamation of disbelief. It's been almost a week, Hisao. Yeah, well, better late than never, right? Amy crosses her arms and stares at me quick. Why am I crying? Sabar. Wait, I have tears in my eyes, what the heck? Sabar, wait, let me calm myself first. Amy crosses her arms and stares at me coolly, as if sizing me up. Finally, she nods. I suppose you're right. Water under the bridge then. I forgive you. Is that all? Her almost impatient question catches me so off guard that she's already halfway down the track before I think to shout after her. No, wait! She doesn't seem to have heard me, or she doesn't want to hear me, and so I give chase, disregarding completely the fact that I am not dressed for it. My feet hurt, and my shirt collars feel like a noose around my neck, but I still chase after her, because if I don't, I'll lose my chance. Amy hasn't started to really accelerate yet, which is probably the only reason why I'm able to catch up to her. To reach out and tap on the shoulder, just before my legs give up running in dress shoes and stumble to a stop. Surprisingly, fortunately, all that running seems to have paid off. I'm short of breath, yes, but at least my heart isn't actively trying to force its way out of my ribcage. My touch on her shoulder has stopped Amy, and while there is a flash of concern when she sees me catching my breath, it seems that she has a good idea of what I am capable to do. The concern is short-lived. What? She seems so irritated by my being still there that I almost lose my nerve, but I've lost my nerve enough. I need to explain myself. Why can't just let the matter rest? Amy folds her arm and bounces one blade on the ground in an approximation of tapping her foot impatiently. Angry as she is, and as nervous I am, she still looks beautiful. Okay, Hisao, explain. The thing is, I know that you're really sensitive about the accident and about your dad. I can see Emmy's face twitch at the mention of the two things that have been steadily driving us apart, or at least made me feel like we were being driven apart. But that's why I want to know about them, I think, because I see how much they hurt you, and I want to be there to comfort you. It makes me miserable seeing you sleepless and depressed. I don't pretend you aren't, because I know, okay? I just remember that night when you fell asleep with me and had that nightmare, and that you were happy to have me there when you woke up. I want to be able to be there for you like that whenever you need me to be. The stern face cracks slightly. Amy interrupts before I can continue further. Just stop right there. We can't see each other anymore, okay? She's rushing now, looking everywhere but at me. I'm surprised she doesn't bolt. She knows I can't catch her. We're not right for one another. That's not true. That's not true, and you know it. No, it's true. You're too. I know that I've been pushy about knowing your past. If you can't tell me yet, then at least let me be there even if I don't know the reason. It's okay, I promise. I won't ask why you need comfort. I'll just give in freely. Amy shaking her head, and tears seems to be threatening the corners of her eyes. Stop saying that. Why? Because you're afraid you'll take me up on it? I'm not afraid. I can't keep the chiding tone from my voice as I respond. Yes, you are. You told me so yourself, remember? That's okay. Really, it is. However, it seems to me that someone would manage to come out of that wreck and still be as energetic as cheerful as you would be determined enough to face that fear. Determination? What do you know about determination? I know that there's a girl so determined to take care of a total stranger that she steals his food at the festival. I know that there's a girl so determined to help me with my own problems that she'd draw up a complete dietary and exercise plan. And that she'd not only drawn up the plans, but she'd followed them with me, even when she couldn't run. Determined enough to keep me at arm's length, that she'd put herself through emotional pain if she thought it wasn't the right thing to do. Although, there's one thing that this determined girl didn't quite plan for, which was that I might feel the same kind of determination to keep her from being hurt. I fell in love with you, and I refused to let the be run away because you're afraid of losing me. What little control Amy still has at this point cracks. I find myself suddenly enveloped in her embrace as she cries. Why are you doing this? Why can't you just leave me alone? I hold her close and plant a kiss on the top of her head. I'm sorry, Amy. You helped me when I first arrived, so now I have to help you. It's only fair. You're utterly hopeless. Did you know that? She hiccups and trembles a little. Funny, I could say the same about you. Can you do something for me, Hisao? Anything. Can you go now? It feels like she just shoved a knife through my chest. Go? I need to think, okay? I can't just tell you everything yet. I'm still scared, and when you're around, I can't think clearly. But do me another favor. What's that? Show up for harmony run tomorrow. I smile, feeling better than I have all week. Of course, I wouldn't miss it for the world. Amy steps back slowly, almost reluctantly. She sniffles a little and then grins at me, a real smile that lights up the track, overpowering the fading evening's light. See you tomorrow, Hisao. Okay. She darts forward suddenly, planting a soft kiss on my lips, then steps back shyly, Spinning on her back foot, she takes off running again, and I know that our conversation has an end. My lips tingle with the warmth of that brief kiss and the memories of other longer kisses. I walk back to my room with a spring in my step. Tomorrow when my alarm goes off, I'll get up. It's so hard to keep my tears from falling. And that's Act 3 complete. And now we're entering Act 4. Motion. I'm not crying. It's okay to cry, Pura. I'm also crying while I'm reading this. Which is extra hard because you have to also narrate the story. He said the S word? What S word? What S word? The morning sun is bright through my open window, and the sound of my alarm quickly has me up and about. I slept surprisingly well last night, secure in the knowledge that at least I've got another chance with Emmy. If I can just keep myself from doing anything stupid, maybe I'll find out what's been aiding her recently. I have a few educated guesses, but nothing concrete, and certainly nothing that I'm going to say to her. I'd much prefer to have her tell me herself. Shit, that's just normal. Especially when doing this visual novel. I mean, I cannot keep family-friendly the language in this one because, I mean, she did say that. Like, whenever she say like, asshole, in such a cute voice, I can't just like change it. It will change the meaning. I want to deliver the fact that while she has the cute voice, she says like this word gitu loh. And it will lose the meaning if I downplay what is being said on the text. So yeah, it do be like that sometimes. Amy is waiting for me as promised, looking a little haggard but otherwise bright and cheerful. Much more so than any previous day this week. Hisao, you're late! I wave my hand dismissively. Nonsense, you're just early! Amy grins back, and it feels like we're finally back where we should be with one another. Except now Amy, not just me, wants to take another step forward, although a part of me worries that she'll back out at the last second. Hurry up and stretch, Hisao! I don't want to miss the bus! The bus? Yeah, the bus! I want to show you something, and I don't want to be late. I step noises on my key. It's too connect to. Oh no. Oh, okay. I tried not to grin too wide. I'm happy beyond words that Amy wants to hang out after the run at all, but her promise of showing me something has me even more intrigued. Is this what she had to think about? I wonder just what she's planning to do. I quickly go through my warm-up routine while Amy bounces impatiently from one foot to the other. She really does seem to want to get moving as soon as possible. I got the screenshot. I got so many screenshots of her now. There's so many emotes I want to make, but I don't have enough slots left on the server for it. I guess I'll just take screenshots for now, and then in the future we can use the pictures. Oh, freak. Monica Jones. Oh, you're playing the DLC. Wallahi. Should have just told me that. I think if you use OBS or like any other recording software while playing the DLC, then she will jump scare you. Saying something like, "Ha! Are you scared, viewers? Did you get scared by me?" or something along that line. I quickly go through my warm-up routine while Amy bouncing my eyes. The run is over so quickly I can barely believe that I haven't fallen over dead afterwards. Amy sets a blistering pace and I, in my foolishness, kept up with her. Well, until the last few laps, I had to slow down just in case. But I don't mind, and Amy's waiting patiently for me when I finish, as patient as she can wait anyway. Finished? Good, come on. Grabbing my arm, she practically rushes me down to the nurse's office. You seem in a hurry, Amy? You seem to be in a hurry, Amy? Trying to catch the early bus? Yeah, I told Mom I'd be back for lunch. Well, I'll take care of you, Thursday. But Hisao's gonna come with me too. The nurse raised a single eyebrow at this statement and peered at the two of us searchingly. Really? Today, huh? Amy's response is a nod, followed by a surprisingly shy grin. Well then, we'll make this quick. My cursor is cool, doesn't want it to go into the game. The game is blocking you. Amy enters the nurse's office, and I patiently wait outside for her to be finished, wondering just why the nurse seemed to be surprised by Amy's declaration. I think I've kind of figured out what she's trying to do here, but okay. I feel like I'm missing out on some joke on this or the significance of the day, beyond the fact that it's clearly significant in some way, of course. True to his word, the nurse has Amy out of his office surprisingly quickly, and I take her place after promising to meet up at the front gate. The nurse takes my pulse and listens for a bit. Your heart beats faster than usual. Been pushing yourself again, have you? Well, Amy seemed in a rush to get through the run, so... I'm not surprised. Today's very important to her, you know. I suspected that could be the case, but I have no idea why that's the case. She hasn't told you? Interesting. So you're not going to tell me either then? No, I'm not. I suspect that Amy has her own plan for explaining today to you, and I don't want to mess with that. You'll find out soon enough. What's the rush? Now as for your heart, I will take it easy the rest of the day. No spontaneous races or anything like that, get it? Got it. She won't have her running legs on anyway, right? No, but if you think something like that is going to stop her... Good point. I don't think it'll be much of an issue today of all days, but still. If he's trying to reassure me, he's doing a terrible job. I'm quickly becoming more and more worried about what today could be for. Like suddenly finding out Amy's in a cult or something. At the same time, if today is such a big deal and Amy wants me to be with her for it, then maybe she really does want to grow closer to me. Maybe this will be the answer to all the riddles, to the sleepless nights and the sudden mood swings. Either way, I barely remembered to thank the nurse before taking off as quickly as I dared for my room, to get a shower and throw on some decent looking clothes. If today is as important as it seems to be, I should dress appropriately. Amy, of course, proves me wrong as soon as she reaches the front gate, wearing her usual shirt and shorts, so at least I know it's not a terribly formal attire. Whatever it is. Should I clip on the Project Sekai stream tomorrow? There's no Project Sekai stream tomorrow, what are you talking about? There's no stream tomorrow. I have a matter to attend for tomorrow. Got the homework. Do your homework then! Always focus on yourself first, guys. Don't... That should be like tertiary priority for you guys. Like if you already done your primary stuff and your secondary stuff, then you may like focus on me. But focus on the first stuff first. And the second thing too. Don't put me on the first one. I cannot give you gitu lah ya. Focus on your primary needs first, obviously. You're early, Hisao. Not as early as you, Eager. Not as early as you. Eager, are we? Amy cheekily pokes out her tongue. The bus stop isn't very crowded at this hour, which seems to please Amy, and we end up relaxing a little as we wait. We sit in silence for a while, but I can tell that Amy's trying to work herself up to say something. Ado being top one. Ado. Are we talking about Ado Gafo or Ado like... Oh wait, both of them are Ado Gafo, right? No wait, no, but yeah. I think you meant Ado the singer, right? The one that Pura is really liking. I don't have anything to say myself, so I sit waiting for her to talk. It doesn't take too long. So, I'm sure you're curious as to why the nurse thought it was so weird for me to be bringing you along today. I was a bit, yes, but if you're not ready to tell me... Amy stalls my sentence by placing a finger on my lips. Don't tap me, Hisao. I want to tell you this, but I'm just uncertain as to how to go about it. I don't want to keep delaying or deferring. I just want to be able to say it. So say it. You know that it's not going to be that easy for me, Hisao. So I treat it like learning. Warm up to it with something small and easy, and go from there. But don't do it too fast, okay? I'm a patient man. I can wait for you to get to it. Amy seems to consider my words, weighting them against what is probably a desire to get over with. I will admit, as much as I keep telling Amy to take her time, I wouldn't mind her getting it over with either. But somehow, I know that Amy probably needs more time than the bus ride will provide to get it all out, whatever it is. Yeah, maybe you're right. The bus stop probably isn't the best place for this anyway. But just to make sure that I don't go back on my word, I'll at least say this. She takes a deep breath, lets it out, and after a moment says in a low voice, We're going to see my dad today. The words hang in the air, and I can see that Amy is afraid that I'll panic and disappear in response, which a part of me almost wants to do. But it would be stupid of me to back out, or to suddenly abandon the promise I made to be there for Amy when she needs me. The nurse thought it was so weird of her to bring me along. She doesn't bring anyone along, or at least I'm willing to bet that she hasn't before today. The day seems to take on an even greater significance. What has it taken Amy to even get this far? Ah! And why is it that the best I can make is a response? Yeah. I don't know what I should say. Nothing, I think. Just promise that you're going to come with me. Of course, you know I will. Amy smiles wanly, looking a little relieved. Good. In that case, we better get going. The bus pulls up just a little after she finishes her sentence. Ado Gafo. Did someone say Ado? Nice, Act 3. Nice, Miku. Vague memories of my first trip out here comes to mind as I step off the bus, but unfortunately, they're too vague to be of any use. I will be the first to admit that I don't quite recall how to get to Amy's house, so I let her lead the way. She seems content to walk in silence, and I myself have no idea what I could possibly say. The two of us arrive at her house having said nothing since getting off the bus. Amy's mother opens the door and doesn't seem surprised to see me standing next to her daughter. I expect that Amy would have phoned ahead to let her mother know of the change in plans. Amy, Hisao, you're just in time. Lunch is just about ready. Great! I was afraid we might be running late. As fast as you were going this morning, I doubt there was much of a chance of that. I certainly hope she wasn't too much of a bother, Hisao. She tends to get a little paranoid about being on time when food's involved. I hadn't noticed. This earns me a swat on the arm from Amy, who despite the serious nature of our conversation on the bus and the almost brooding quiet walk has quickly become cheerful again. Probably to keep her mother from worrying about whether it is Amy planned to tell me later. Mrs. Ibarazaki ushers us in, and in short order we're around the table devouring lunch. I didn't realize how hungry I was until I got here, but for once I seem to be eating almost as much as Amy. Goodness, it's a good thing I made so much. The two of you are acting like you haven't eaten in days. I skipped breakfast this morning. Me too. Had to catch the bus, I assume. That, and I figured you made too much food so it wouldn't matter if I skipped breakfast. Well, it's good to know that I'm predictable. Amy nods enthusiastically, and conversation falls off again as we nearly clear the table of anything edible. It is a testament to the sheer amount of food on offer that we don't finish anything. I lean back in my chair with a sigh and thanks Mrs. Ibarazaki for the food. I'm glad you like it, Hisao. Now, has Amy told you where we're going? Yeah, sort of. Is it far from here? Not really, but we'll arrive there to save time. It closes kind of early. I nod in assent and stand up, ready to go. Well then, shall we? Mrs. Ibarazaki nods and leaves the room to grab her keys. Amy, I notice, has started to fidget nervously. Second thoughts? Amy smells tightly at me and shrugs. She's fallen silent again, which probably means that I'm right, and she's starting to regret bringing me along. Not that I blame her, she's done such a good job of shutting me out that I doubt it's easy to suddenly open up. Honestly, I'm worried that she's forcing it. But she said while waiting for the bus that I'm not supposed to give her a chance to back out, and since I promised to go with her anyway, I suppose there's not much of a choice. I can't go back on my promise, and she can't go back on hers. I just hope that both of us are up to it. We're off! Amy's mother blows through the dining room, collects the two of us, and heads out the door at a brisk pace. Now I know where her daughters get it from. Yeah, figured. The cars pull up at the cemetery gates, and I feel Amy tense up beside me. I reach over and give her hand a comforting squeeze, which causes her to relax a little. Amy's mother doesn't follow us, explaining that she prefers to visit the grave alone. Amy steps through the gates and looks back, as if to make sure I'm still there. We step into the cemetery. I don't feel comfortable in cemeteries. Gravestones litter the ground, each one serving as a reminder that someone used to be alive and is no longer. How many died young? How many were as old as I am now? Where do I wind up with a marker of my own? How much longer do I have left? The concept of not waking up, not seeing Amy anymore, is not a happy one. It frightens me, and I very nearly turn around and exit right then and there. I don't want to go among that people. I don't want to see their stones and things about why they were, about who they were, or what they could have been if they'd only had more time. Then I look at the girl next to me, and my resolve returns. Amy striding purposefully down the path, eyes clear, setting a pace that's very nearly a jog. The sooner we get there, I suspect she thinks, the better. We're here. A gravestone, wholly unremarkable in everything except for the name etched upon it. The grass has grown up around the base. Amy's eyes are riveted to the stone. After a few moments, she turns around, looking surprisingly calm, yet solemn. Pink's not actually my favorite color, you know. What? I'm warming up to it. Ah. People tend to think that pink's my favorite color. I think it's because I like strawberries. And even though those are red, they just assume that's pink, the right color for strawberries. True, I don't know why people think strawberries are pink. and that is my favorite color, but it's not. I'm too polite to tell anyone otherwise, of course. And it's not the kind of thing worth getting worried about. But I'll bet even you thought pink was my favorite color. Blue. That's my favorite color. My mom and dad are the only two who knows that. And now you do too. She has the same color as me. Thanks for telling me, I think. You're welcome. There's a pause as she considers what to say next, drawing a quick breath. I can't carry a tune to save my life. I can hum, but actually singing a song is something I've never been able to do. I don't mind, because I'm not a fan of karaoke anyway. Well, that's one potential date idea out the window. People all think that I'm a really popular and friendly person, but I only have a few close friends, probably because I keep everyone in the dark. But I think it's also because I hate the idea of losing a close friend. There aren't many people worth the risk. I'm terrible at saying goodbye. I sometimes think that I only run because it's what I used to do with my father. You're not my first boyfriend. I dated a guy for a long while during my second year at Yamaku. But in the end we broke up because I didn't want to get closer to him. He couldn't live with that distance between us. Her rate of speaking increased slightly, as if she's rushing towards the finish line. I'm actually 1 year older than you. Everybody thinks I'm younger because I'm short, but I had to skip one school year because of my accident. They initially thought I was paralyzed when they pulled me out of the wreckage. I had lost my leg already, but they were afraid that I wouldn't even be able to use what was left of them. After surgery, it was clear that the initial assessment was mistaken. Ah! Sabar. Okay. Take a bit back. Model neck hurt? What do you mean model neck hurt? After surgery, it was clear that their initial assessment was mistaken. I couldn't feel my legs because of shock, short-term paralysis due to the other trauma I'd experienced. My recovery was one of the fastest I'd ever seen, or so they told me. I never found out if they were serious about that or if they just told that to all the patients learning to walk again. The VTuber's neck. What do you mean the VTuber's neck hurt? It's fine, I think. My neck doesn't hurt. Hi. She paused, getting herself for one last effort. 8 years ago today, I lost my legs. And I lost my father as well. He died on the way to the hospital. I didn't even get to go to the gravesite until 2 months later. I couldn't attend his funeral. I'm so sorry. Don't be. That's what everyone always says, that they're sorry. I hate hearing that. Like anyone could have done anything to change what happened. You know the best piece of advice I got? These things happen. I don't even remember who said it, but I guess they didn't have anything better to say. But it's true, you know. These things happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. They aren't necessarily planned, and they aren't always bad, and they're always good, but they are. So I made the decision that I will live without worrying about the future, and to be sure that I never had to say goodbye again, I decided I wouldn't let people get close to me anymore. After all, they couldn't be taken away at any time, and you know what? She laughs a little bitterly. Her eyes start to well up with tears, and I step forward to embrace her, but she holds up a hand to stop me. Not finished. A deep breath, and she continues. It worked pretty well, until I met you and saw that you were trying to adjust to stuff here. So I thought I'd help you, and then you were so nice, and I couldn't help it. The tears are flowing now, and she accepts the embrace this time. The rest of her sentence is mumbled into my chest. I tried not to fall for you, but I did. Then I tried to keep you at a distance, like with my first boyfriend, but I couldn't. But I've been so scared, because I don't want to lose you and Mike anyway. Hey, I'm still around, right? And maybe I won't be forever, but don't you think it'll be fun while it lasts? Neither of us could survive the day. They could be a bus crash or something, but so long as I know that I've been with you, I don't think it matters. A sudden thought strikes me, and I can't help laughing. My condition had me scared of dying so badly that I immediately seized on the opportunity Amy presented to improve my odds of living longer. But without Amy, will there have been any motivation to keep up with my running? It hits me that Amy is the reason I want to go running every day, so I can spend as much time with her as possible. Amy looks up at me confused. We'll go on living until we stop. And when we stop living, we'll be able to know that at least we've had time together. And I wouldn't have it any other way, because I love you, Amy. And right now, that's enough for me. Amy smiles through her tears and steps back from me. You know, it's funny. What is? I thought that the best way to live in the moment was to do it alone, but now I don't think I'd have it any other way either. I'm glad I met you, Hisao. Well, these things happen. Amy and I stay by the grave for a while, as Amy pays her respect to her father. When she's ready to go, we exit the graveyard side by side. Amy's mother drives us back to Yamaku. The trip back is very quiet. We wave goodbye as the car drives off, and I glance down at the girl leaning on my arm. How are you feeling? Amy shrugs non-committally. I'll be fine. Come on, let's go. We pause outside the girl's dorm and I turn to face Amy, ready to say goodbye. Is it on Steam? Yeah, it is on Steam. Though I must warn you, this game is originally not safe for work. Like there are a couple of NSFW scenes in the game, but if you just download from Steam, you'll be fine. There is no option to toggle it. If you want to have it, you have to like manually download the files from their website and then patch your game with it. So if you're just here for the story, you'll be fine. There's no need to worry about things like that showing up. But yeah, it is on Steam. Though I think it's not free, so you have to pay. But it's not really that expensive either, so you'll probably find with the game. Why don't you come up for a while? Okay. They walk up to her room is in silence. I'm not sure why I suppose it be turned away at the door. I guess I just assumed she'd want to be alone. Her mom, the nurse, heck, everyone who knew the significance of today seemed to think it's best to leave Amy alone. But she took me to the graveyard with her. She told me the whole story of what happened on the day she lost her legs. Remember, like this stream? Yeah, like the stream. Like sometimes you just see like random fruits and all that. They just put it that for the actual NSFW scenes. But there was supposed to be like stuff in there. That's why sometimes they might refer to stuff in that scene, then you were confused like, what are they talking about, gitu kan? Because they don't really put it up that well, gitu, the cut content. Like maybe they should have put like a summary of what happened so that we know at least what happened and stuff, but they don't. So yeah, it's a bit abrupt, but for the most part, it should be fun. She wanted me around. The significance of this does not escape me. Amy opens the door and steps into her room, not even bothering to invite me in, holding the door for me expectantly. I stepped in, and the door swings shut behind me. Hey, can I ask you a favor? Sure. I can't guarantee I'll do it, but... Amy giggles and pulls me into a kiss that starts out soft but deepens into something almost desperate. Stay with me, please? Her voice has dropped to a whisper. Oh, that's a whisper. The question is barely audible over the sounds of my own breathing. There's something about the way that she asks that question, the hesitancy in it, the quiet voice, that makes me think that she doesn't mean tonight. No, she means exactly what she said. Stay with me. Not tonight, not forever, because both of us know there's no such thing as forever. There's no time limit to a request. There's just a request. The favor. Can I do that? Can I stay with her? Of course. We embrace again, Amy guiding me towards her bed, stepping backwards with care until she sits down on the edge. Oh, look at that, it's a rat. Kabusha squash. So yeah, it's like that when there's a cutscene. But yeah, the problem is that now you don't really know what happened during the scene. Like maybe if she said something important, you wouldn't know because it's cut content. But oh well, I mean, I guess you get the gist of it. I collapse next to Amy, who almost immediately curls against me, smiling. For a while, we lay in silence, savoring the feeling of being next to one another. Amy is the first to speak. Hey, Sao. Thanks for coming with me today. I smile and plant a kiss on her head. Of course, my pleasure. Amy snuggles closer. I can feel her breathing begin to slacken as she begins to drift off to sleep. Just as she's about to fall asleep, she wakes up enough to mutter a single sentence. I love you, Hisao. Then she's out like a light, leaving me feeling like I'm on top of the world. I draw the slumbering Amy as close as possible, pull the covers over us to keep the chill off, and fall asleep as happy as I've ever been. Aw, that's cute. Katawa Shoujo. Too bad Kaide is not here to witness our story. The morning light seems to reach further into Amy's room than it does into mine. This results in my waking up earlier than I would have if I had gone back to my room last night, as had previously been our routine. I did not realize it until this morning, but this is the first time we've actually spent the night together. A small movement from my partner's still slumbering form caused me to look to the side. Hairs played across her face. Amy continues to sleep peacefully curled up next to me. Roar! Roar! It's slightly weird seeing her without her trademark twin tails, but it's also a look I could get used to. The small side of her beds have here necessitated her curling up, but I'm pretty sure she would have done so anyway. The covers are nearly over her head, and I smell as an errant strand of hair causes her nose to twitch slightly. Unable to help myself, I draw her a little closer, a move which she seems to think is a good idea. Her steady breath raised a trail of goosebumps on my chest, but I don't mind. I am no longer tired, but I do no longer fear need to move from my current position. Amy's warm body and her pose against mine is far too comfortable to move. I gaze up at the ceiling and consider how it is that we got to this point. We've been close for a while, but not this close. It seems like only yesterday that she ran into me in the hallway and after apologizing decided to take an interest in my well-being. But I grew into something else, which I at least was not expecting. One thing is for certain, having found Amy, I will try as hard as I can not to lose her. My morning musing is interrupted by further movement from Amy. Her eyes flutter open, and she seems briefly confused by my presence in her bed. Oh look, hair down Amy. Then she smiles happily and she sits up, her face looking down at me. Good morning, Hisao. Hi, sleep well? Yeah, I did. Exhausting day yesterday, you know? I think back over yesterday's trip to the graveyard. Yeah, glad to hear they slept well. How'd you sleep? Well enough, although you keep hogging the covers. This earns me a shove and a stuck-out tongue. I chuckle, and Amy giggles a little, and we fell quiet for a while. I'd rather not think about what is beside your alarm clock. Okay, let's just focus on the story. I soak up the feeling of how right it all seemed. Waking up with Amy by me, cramming into a bed made for one person. I guess the bed is somewhere around the size of my bed here. I wonder how it would feel to have to sleep with someone else in that bed. It's something I could get used to. Rar XD. Hey Hisao. Thanks for sticking around. No problem. Saved me the way back anyway, right? This draws another giggle, but then Amy's expression turns serious again. No, really. I kept trying to push you away because I thought that was the right thing to do, and you stuck around through it all. I haven't made any of this easy for you, but you stuck it out anyway. So really, I mean it. Thank you. She punctuates this by giving me a kiss, pulling back and looking at me with an expression of affection. I reach up and ruffle her hair, smiling all the while. I'm stupidly lucky, I think, to have come through everything after my heart attack and to somehow have found this girl is nothing short of a miracle. You're very welcome, Amy. I couldn't bear the thought of giving you up. I'll even continue to stick around if you want. I'd like that. That settles it then. I don't know how long my heart will keep working, and I don't even really know what I'll do after this year is over, apart from going to university. As long as Amy's around, I think I'll be okay. I've managed to help her. I've managed to help her, and she's managed to help me. If we keep doing that, we'll be okay, I think. So, Hisao. What do you want to do today? And that's the end of Amy's act. Wow, it took us 5 sessions to finish this. Oh look, it's Amy. Oh, it's her old form. Multiple of her old form, really. Yay! Look, it's Mikey Nell! Mikey Nell is here! Wow! Yeah, it's the concept art for Amy. It's weird how it all progressed like that. Ah, that's cute. 4 leaves too. 4chan. I'm surprised that I can make something like this. 2015. Dang, that's like 8 years ago. But yeah. Oh, it's all the acts that we can check. So there's actually like different options here. I guess this is for the... I guess this is for if we failed her track, maybe. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I have to complete, but I don't think I'll be able to complete all of them. It's mostly just Amy's in here. Medication. Gun. 1940 image not unlocked. Set. Oh, I guess Amy's in the first track because you can see a lot of her pictures here. And we still have 3 of these pictures not unlocked yet. So maybe there's further options that we can complete. Then there's the music as well. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, yeah, I don't think there's anything else I can do because apa nih? Oh, is that the one where she runs? Bro is that a sec. So cute. Ah. Ah, it's so pretty. I don't want to stop playing the game. Oh, that was in actual. I didn't realize that. Curang gak sih? Halo Majime. Curang apa nih curang? Nggak curang loh. Ini first run kita langsung dapat Emmy good run. Nice. Udah. With that, we have finally completed the entirety of Emmy's act. At least one of her endings. I'm sure that there are a couple of other endings, but I don't think I have the energy to keep doing her voice. But I'll consider doing this again maybe sometime in the future. Capek tuh nggak ngomongin suara ini? Kayak, hey Hisao, how are you today? Gimana kabarnya? Halo Majime. Capek, my throat. And I'm also hungry, I haven't eaten lunch yet. So I think it's best if I just end the stream tonight. Once again, thank you everyone for watching this live stream up until this point. Thank you Fura, thank you Miku, thank you Majime for dropping by. Thank you as well for Reiji, Amarafi dan Kusuma, and Adogafo for dropping by as well. As usual, if you like my live stream and you want to see more live streams like this, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to see more visual novel streams, I might do it. Not now though, maybe like in a couple months once I'm ready to do more acting and improvisation. Or maybe I will do more MEX, I'm not sure, but we'll think about it later. Udah done streaming ya. Aku baru selesai baru act Emi tadi yang ada endingnya. Gimana kabar Ado? Hi Ado, how are you? How was the stream today? Aduh, I cannot, gak bisa baik lagi suara. So yeah, oh yeah, also we have a Discord server. So if you want to hang out with us more often, or you want to suggest a game for me to play next time, feel free to do so by clicking the link in the pinned message or in the description. And I guess lastly, oh yeah, the Akira cosplay picture, we haven't done it yet, but someday. So if you haven't done so yet, feel free to join our membership. Button is right below. It starts off as only $1. So yeah, very cheap. Tadi demo ternyata, oh demo doang. Ya kan? Kadang main tuh kesel banget lagi main terus demo. Terus harus bayar. Aku juga ada yang visual novel udah apa? Masih demo juga story-nya sih. Jadi kayak baru setengah, terus setengah lagi belum selesai, baru selesai akhir tahun, jadi kayak kesel banget pengen denger ceritanya nggak selesai. I'm getting off track. So yeah, Sunday, where's Monday? Oh, apa sih? Pura dasar. But anyway, that is the last live stream for this week. Tomorrow there is no live stream, but I will take your suggestion. So I really mean it. If you have a suggestion for me to play for next week, feel free to do so by suggesting it in the Discord server. And yeah, my name is Akira Sokuchi. Thank you everyone for watching. Have a good night, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I will see you all again later, tomorrow, next week, or next time. Tsukira, bye-bye for watching. Ta-da! See you later, everyone. I should probably check the bot later and see how cringy my voice was. Jack banget sumpah.